Taste Daily. Taste the Daily.
அனுஜ் ஸ்டைல்ஸ் ரகங்கள் பலவிதம் ஒவ்வொன்றும் உலகத்தரம்.
Holidays nale adu namma GT Holidays da, South India's #1 travel brand.
Hello Shraddha, once again.
Hi again.
So we spoke before Mechanic Rocky hardly a month ago, but this is the first interview that people will be watching because that interview didn't come out. There was a mess up with the footage and yeah, I was very disappointed because it was such a sweet conversation, but I'm glad this is happening again. So yes. What's the best part of being an actor, Shraddha?
Meeting different people. I feel like our jobs are like, it's like a bank, okay? It's like you have an account and you're observing people and you can observe few traits from anyone. It could be your cab driver, it could be your plumber,
Right.
you know? And you have this bank account full of different people's traits and you can use them whenever you want, wherever you want.
In what ways?
In your characters, in the performances you play, and that's how you create a new character, right? Because otherwise you're just being yourself and you're just saying out dialogues written for you. You are dressing up and wearing clothes like the character, but somehow how does the character really become different from you? So yeah, I feel like being observant, just being able to people watch. I feel like that's the fun part of being an actor.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is something I had asked you last time also, and you had given a great response. Sad that it wasn't on record, so I'm going to ask you this again.
Oh.
You stood for one kind of characters in one kind of cinema throughout your career, right? So this is your 25th film, if
That's
I'm not
right,
wrong?
yeah.
Mechanic was 24, this is 25th. Congrats for that.
Thank you.
So, and you always have maintained that I don't want to be a part of mediocre films. It's okay if I'm not making that much money, but for me, creative urge is the priority. How do you ensure that priority doesn't change even when you're seeing highs as well as lows?
I may not be able to recreate what I said the last time.
Yeah, sure, of course.
How do you... So it's obviously a very calculated move. The stage of the career, the stage that I am at or the level that I have reached, you know that there is like enough corpus to take care of you. You could have more, obviously, but there is enough. And so you can feel free to refuse work if it doesn't satisfy you creatively. A lot of people, some people very close to me are like, only a fool refuses money. And yes, but truly, I believe that I was sent to this earth for far greater things. And I'm not being philosophical and I'm not trying to be idealistic or anything, but I feel like really my purpose is far greater. And so it's okay. It's okay to say no to films if they don't satisfy you, because patience is another factor. You can always hope that something good works out. Something else will always be, and you know that you've established yourself in a way that people know that you're a performer, and so someone will come searching for you and say, I want Shraddha to play this part. So even if 10 films don't work out because they were mediocre, an 11th film will come and it'll be like, wow, this is the film that I waited for. And so saying no to all those films was worth it. So yeah.
But is resisting that temptation difficult?
It is very difficult. It is difficult. I won't say very. It is difficult because you can visualize what all you could be doing with that man. Man, like I could be buying that. I could be doing this. I could be going there. There's so many things you could do with it. But like I also know that internally, my gut or my body doesn't sit right with something when I feel like you can give me X number of zeros preceded by a regular number, a numeral, and give me absolutely squat to do in a film. But even a blind man will see on my face that she's unhappy. She's not doing it with any passion. And I myself will feel very like uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable, can I tell you? And I don't want to feel physically uncomfortable. I'd rather feel less rich, but I don't want to feel like, oh my God, why am I doing this film? I don't like that feeling.
So every choice that you made it with like 100% what do you call it, precision and full on consciousness.
Yeah. Even Daaku Maharaaj, you might. A lot of people ask me like, what?
Why?
How are you doing this film? And I say to them, this is a great example of how you can write commercial potboiler and still have a performer and still make her or him do like impactful scenes. They may all be to glorify your main character. They may all be, but I get a chance to perform.
Right.
And if I'm glorifying the main character to the skies, then I'm doing a great job. Like, my performance should be so convincing that at least I got to do that instead of just I can't do that. Just make me act. Yeah, just make me act. Even if I'm not, like I say, it's not always important whether you are the main character or you're just playing a part in the universe of the main character, but just make me do something. Yeah.
Nice. And speaking of Daaku Maharaj, you said that Bobby Collie came to you. I mean, you have been conversing with Bobby Collie for since 2023, August, September. There was a lot of back and forth.
That's right.
Initially, when he came to you, you weren't fully convinced with it, and then he rewrote and came back to you.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you can't reveal what changed, but how do you know that this is not convincing, but this is convincing? What is the difference? I'm not asking you about plot or character details, but what changed?
Some very fundamental things were rewritten, basically. I felt like in what would have otherwise been a very commonplace character, with this I got the chance to, Nandini is the name of my character, got a chance to really like emotionally involve the audience and get the audience to root for her. And I feel like in mass films, when the audience are so invested in your life and your journey and they start rooting for you, like it can do wonders. It can do wonders. Like the audience feel really involved, and selfishly, it's great for my character too. So it was written in a way that I thought that, now I can really emotionally move the audiences.
Which wasn't a case in the first draft.
Which wasn't a case. So so those were the changes made. Like I got a very good emotional graph. I got a very good payoff, and
Nice. And how, see, every genre, every film has a treatment, right? The way it is treated, the pitch, the tone of the film. Like in something like a Jersey or a Vikram Vedha, your tone might be here, or in something like a Daaku Maharaaj, it's expected to be a few notches higher. So how did you approach that?
Yeah, great question. I remember discussing with someone and I said, if I do my usual performance in a film like Daaku Maharaaj, the audience, the average moviegoer, he'll be like, she doesn't know how to act or what. So I know, and so I feel like movies like this, or like more commercial mass films, require louder performances. Louder, but still in control, not out of control.
Because audience are very clear about what's overacting, and they get it. They get it.
Exactly. The audience now, they know. So I draw similarities between this performance and stage performance. Again, even in theatre, you can be extremely loud and kind of jarring, but at the same time, like, because stage requires you to throw your voice, your like body movements have to be really like sharp and big, right? So I kind of draw parallels between that and this. Any other film, you have to reduce it for the camera. In this case, you take it like a notch above, like a bit amp it up. And this kind of performance is new to me. Like I have stage background, but I've kind of forgotten it, because for 9 years I've been doing sub, under par sort of thing for the camera. And so I had amping this up because you're always thinking, what if I overdo it? And then it'll just look bad. But honestly, thanks to our director, who's really just sort of handheld me and showed me how important this character is for the film and showed me exactly the tone to go for and taught me, honestly, like now I can confidently say I did a good job, because I was like, you know where to enunciate, you know where to, like, the punctuation needs to be right, the beats need to be right, very
Pauses
different.
and all,
The
yeah.
pauses are different, where to like sort of emphasize things like that. Even dubbing, like I dubbed for this 2-3 days ago, and what do you say? Even the dubbing felt really difficult. So I had our co-director sir was, in the dubbing suite and helping me out, and it was all very difficult, very challenging. But I feel proud. I feel proud of what I've done in this film. So how do you approach it? In my case, I needed help. It didn't come naturally to me. I couldn't have pre-planned it. So like I was saying, I said in another interview, this performance in a jersey would have looked so out of place.
Out of the place, yeah.
Yeah, and the same a jersey-like performance in this would have been like so lukewarm. People would have booed me, So like everything has a place. So yeah.
What would a day on the set feel like? I'm assuming it's much different from the previous sets you have been to. I mean, I haven't seen. I mean, like they haven't really revealed any of your portions in the glimpse that have come out, and I'm not sure how much of it will be revealed in the trailer. So you tell me, what was the scale like, and what would a day on the film set be like? Because action, we see when it is a commercial film, you see a lot of these blowers,
right?
All these things. So how different was it for you?
Like that. I mean, obviously the action, which is kind of like a major element in all these films, it is larger than life. It is dramatized. Like for everything, there's a some leaf has to fly, some hair has to fly. So it's fantastic, and it looks beautiful on screen. Like you know why people, like why the masses love it, because it's so,
See, the hair doesn't fly. It doesn't look realistic in an
Exactly.
action scene in the film like this.
Yeah. What would a day be like? For me, I was just like a fly on the wall, honestly. For my first commercial film experience, so I'm just watching our director, who's very passionate and also a fantastic actor, by the way. So if you watch him sort of enact these scenes, you'll be like, wow, he's so good. Or watching Balaya sir sort of perform his scenes and with a lot of panache and so much ease, and then he's just cut and then he's back to being his childlike self. And just seeing the number of like juniors or stuntmen on set, because everything is like big production, everything is big. So so I was just like, honestly, it was as an observer, I was just saying, okay, this is how big films are shot. So yeah. Nice.
And see, not specific to Daaku Maharaaj, but be it Telugu or Tamil, this commercial mass film, they have had their own set of issues. Okay, things are changing now. Like female characters, they had very little to do in most of the film. Things are changing now. Are you like noticing how the idea of a commercial film is evolving, and hopefully women get to play a bigger part?
Right.
Yeah. So how are you looking at this change? Does it give you hope?
There is change. Let's say if in the past we were just props, if actresses were just props, now they're being given more impactful scenes. Again, these scenes might just be to glorify the hero. Yeah. And let's face it, pretty much anything that is spoken, or any third person in the film saying something, it'll be mostly to glorify the hero, right? Because that's what the fans want. But yeah, at least they're giving us like some like sort of impactful scenes where you can leave a mark or give the fans, say, the movie was great, she was great in this scene, glad she got to do this scene. Like everyone's talking about Rashmika's one scene, right? Let's say like I did a film called Saintav, and in that, for the director's vision was that I want Manogna's character to be a cab driver, which is very forward. Like you don't often see anyone write a female character as a cab driver, falling in love with an older man. Again, in the movie itself, it is revealed that he knows he's older, she knows the age gap, but she's okay with it, and he is hesitant, but he's okay. Again, a very forward, bold move in that direction. In this too, for me to be given a scene which had the scope to perform, big move. I mean, honestly, I feel like if you can use our talents well, I'm not asking for like equal like screen space or give me like a hype build up and like entry song or whatever, but just use my talents well, and that's more than enough. For now, that's good. Later we'll talk.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was the feedback that you got for Mechanic?
From my friends and family, they really enjoyed it. My sister didn't watch it. Hasn't watched it yet. That's the thing. My family can really ground me. Like my mom and dad are like fan club founders of Shraddha Srinath. First day first show, they will cross half the world to watch first day first show with me. And whatever. So they really liked it. They picked whatever flaws they found in the film and they said, you were really good. They enjoyed my performance. I had friends who went and watched it. Some of my friends who don't watch Telugu films at all, they're like, first Telugu film for Shraddha sort of thing. So that way, friends and family who are generally supporters only, they said nice things. I don't know about the reviews. I didn't read the reviews. I'm not a reviewer reader.
I think you got good reviews. Even me, I liked you, the film, not so much, but I liked your character.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That's nice. Maybe I should read some reviews. But yeah, I have not read the reviews. But some of them were shared to me by my friends and my manager and all. And
does the film's result affect you? Or are you like detached from that? Because they say, work, result, these are two different things. So how do you look at that?
It doesn't affect me. It doesn't. If there was nothing else, no other factors in this world, I would say it doesn't affect me. But like recently during Mechanic Rocky promotion, someone asked me this question. They said, if you're an actress and you give more than 1 or 2 unsuccessful films, they call you iron leg. And I'm like, what? What is that? So like these things kind of can instill some fear in a person.
It's natural, yeah.
Right. But like, how bad can things be? I keep asking myself, and so I live my life thinking things could be much worse. That's my funda generally. But no, a film's failure does not affect me. And I feel like I've been part of successful films and unsuccessful films, and so yeah, neither really affects me.
Superb.
Yeah.
How excited are you for Daaku Maharaaj?
Super excited.
You're looking forward to watching
I am excited to watch myself in this movie. I am excited to watch the whole movie. After I saw when I came into this film, my expectations or everything were pretty like neutral. Like I did not have anything. I didn't know what to expect. And I remember the first day, I gave my first shot, and then I went and saw the monitor. And the whole frame looked beautiful. And somehow I really enjoy watching good-looking films, and I love being part of good-looking films. And so I feel like this film again is one of those visually very rewarding films. All credit to our DOP Vijay Karthik Kannan. But I'm
fabulous guy.
He's fabulous. He's fabulous. Him and Bobby sir as a combination, fantastic. So yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like it could be a kind of game changer for me, yeah.
Like it can
and for the industry also, somewhat, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, as a mass film to look so like stunning and like almost art-like, I think it will be quite nice.
All the very best.
Thank you.
It's a big deal actually. It's going to introduce you to a new section of audience.
Exactly, yes.
So all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Taste the daily.
அனுஜ் ஸ்டைல்ஸ் ரகங்கள் பலவிதம் ஒவ்வொன்றும் உலகத்தரம்.
Holidays nale adu namma GT Holidays da. South India's #1 travel brand.